Hi everyone, my name is Arvin Olano and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, nobody asked, but in today's video, I want to talk to you about my interior design mistakes so that you don't have to. So I've made these mistakes along the way when decorating our home. I'm hoping that some of these mistakes will help you out if you're in the process of redoing your home, or maybe you just moved into a new place. So my first interior design mistake was buying cheap furniture because it was cheap and it was available. Now I feel like we've all been there. We move into a new home, a new space, maybe a new apartment, and you're trying to furnish your space, you're impatient and you want it to be done, so you go online, you search for the cheapest furniture possible because it's available and it's there, it's ready to purchase. One of the things that I bought was actually a World Market dining table, and it was so cheap. It was on sale during Black Friday. Fast forward to now, we actually replaced that table with something that's higher quality. We went for vintage. And this is a big tip, you guys. When you are shopping for your furniture, make sure you take your time. Buy the best quality item that you can afford, and don't go for something cheap just because it's right there in front of you and it may not fit your style, it may not be quality materials, and as the months or maybe years go by, you actually end up wanting to replace that piece of furniture. Trust me, I have been there. Oh, and when you're looking for your quality made furniture pieces, make sure you are looking out for natural materials like wood, stone, maybe marble, because those materials are meant to last a long time. This is going to save you money in the long run because you're more than likely to keep an item when it's quality made, and when it's cheap, you're gonna want to replace it eventually, so you might as well take your time, enjoy that process, and buy the pieces that you truly love. So since we're talking about furniture, my next interior design mistake that I've made is not buying my dream item when it went on sale. I've been eyeing this chair for a while. It's from Crate & Barrel, the Leanne Ford line. It's called the Williams chair. It's so stunning. It's like a piece of art. It has this rounded seat and black iron details, just incredible and so my style. It was actually part of the sample sale here in my local store. It was 50% off. There was a little bit of imperfection, like a little bit of dirt on the white cushion, and that just kind of scared me, and I knew I should have bought it because there are plenty of products that you can get out in the market to clean the white cushion. So I beat myself up every time I think about that chair. If you've been dreaming about a furniture piece, an item has been on your wish list for a while, and you come across one of those items on sale at a really good price, make sure you scoop it up. You know it's going to be the piece for you because you've been thinking about it. You're not going to regret it in the future unless you didn't buy it like me, and you're for sure gonna regret it. By the way, if you're just now stumbling across my channel, I do a lot of home decor shopping trips, tips and tricks so that you can get inspired to make your home beautiful. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and if you're ever wondering about my must-have recommendations when it comes to home decor, down below in the description box is a goldmine of resources for my must-have home decor pieces. So the next interior design mistake that I made is looking at one inspo photo for my home and calling it a day. Now, what I mean by that is going back to when Andrew and I first moved in about a year ago, I started looking for inspo on Pinterest, and I was gravitating towards the modern bohemian design, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm completely a modern bohemian queen. I'm gonna get layers and textures and rugs and poofs and pillows, and that's exactly what I did. I actually have an older photo of our living room I'm gonna show you right here, and you can see that it was very bohemian. Lots of heavy textures and tassels. I lived with that space for a while, and it actually felt so fake, and I felt like I just copied and pasted my Pinterest board into my home, and it didn't feel like me. It didn't feel like it had personality. It just looked like very cliche. You know what I mean? So my number one tip for you is to not feel like you have to stick to one design style. Do some more research, maybe look at coastal, mid-century modern, vintage, and pick your favorite elements about that design style and inject it into your own home. And that way you start to develop your own design language, and it doesn't have to be a cookie cutter design style. You don't have to follow exactly to the T your Pinterest board. So the next design mistake that I've made is shopping in one store for all of my decor pieces. I want to talk about the Studio McGee launch with Target that happened way earlier in the year around the springtime. I was so excited about this collab because it was giving you a Studio McGee look for a fraction of the cost. And I went a little nuts, okay? I went a little crazy and I bought so many of the pieces. I put them all in my living room, and my living room looked like a Target store, okay? And I was just like, ooh, it was starting to look a little too store-bought. I feel like when you are discovering your design style, you tend to shop at your favorite stores. But the issue with that is your house will end up looking like that store. Maybe you like that, and maybe that's not exactly what you want to do. Your home is not going to look like a home. It's going to look like a home decor showroom. My number one tip is to mix and match where you shop for your pieces. Add a few vintage pieces in there. Go to Home Goods. You guys know I love Home Goods. You can find so many unique items. You can mix and match high end with low end. That way you can develop your design language, and it doesn't feel like you just went to a West Elm and bought a set. Your home is meant to tell a story about your travels, your interests, and not your favorite store. So don't feel like I'm coming for you. I'm only here trying to help. So my next interior design mistake was going cheap on my rugs. Now, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that rugs are my thing.
Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel.
To me, they are like art. It's so beautiful. I love a good hand-knotted wool rug. However, it wasn't always the case when we first moved in. I actually listened to a bigger home decor account, and I won't say any names. They suggested a cheap rug that you get online, and it was made of polyester. It was printed, and I was like, okay, let me buy this for my studio. It seemed to be a nice color. It was light. It was ivory. I put it down in my studio, and girl, it looked like trash, okay? It was about like $120. It was so cheap, and it really did look cheap. And now I just felt like I wasted that $120. My number one go-to store for quality made rugs, of course, is Home Goods. Here is the ticket. Hold for Arvin. He's driving from Las Vegas. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, my heart is beating so fast. It's a hand-knotted rug, and I believe the brand is Saria. Now, you can find hand-knotted wool rugs for about $350 to $400 depending on the brand, and trust me, you are not going to regret it. There's nothing more luxurious than walking barefoot on a hand-knotted wool rug, okay? Whew! Do not listen to big home decor accounts trying to sell you rubber mats, rubber rugs, polyester rugs. Just trust me. And again, I am not coming for you if you already have one of these rugs. And if you don't want to shop at Home Goods, I actually have some links down below in my description box for quality made vintage Turkish rugs that are affordable. So the next mistake that I've made was hanging my art pieces too high. I'm gonna be talking about the art piece that's actually in my living room. My Pottery Barn piece is actually hung up way too high. Ideally, when you're hanging it above your sofa, you want it to be about 6 to 8 inches off of the seat. Now, this gives it ample room just in case you want to, put your little noggin down on the seat. You're not going to hit the art piece. This tip also goes with mirrors. Just make sure that when you're looking at your piece on your wall, that it's eye level to you so that you can really get the full experience of your art piece or your mirror. So the last design mistake that I want to talk to you about today is trying so hard to match your wood tones. Our floors are more of a gray tone. I bought chairs with the gray wood, vessels with the gray wood. Everything was all a gray wood. Now, the issue with having all of the same wood tone is that it actually falls really flat. Everything just looks the same, and it kind of just looks like you went to one store and bought a set of furniture. And I feel like in the modern world, right now in 2020, mixing and matching your wood tones feels so much more modern. This is probably not gonna be everyone's cup of tea, so I actually started buying different colored wood tones in the same color family. I didn't go one extreme to the other. I made sure that these wood tones still spoke to each other. Mixing your wood tones will allow you to showcase your personal style, and it won't feel like bought a set of furniture, because to me that just feels boring. It just feels like you're trying way too hard if all of the wood tones in your home is exactly the same. And the more I study interiors, the more I realize that some of the most beautiful homes that are featured on Architectural Digest or Vogue Living is actually the complete opposite. It feels like a home that's been curated over time. So try and mix and match some of the pieces in your home, and I think you're really going to love the outcome. All right, everyone, that was it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you found it helpful. Make sure you sound off in the comments down below if I should do more videos just like this one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.